Hey, hey, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Hey, thanks for joining me. um, Another live stream. I'm still just trying this out. Or I should say, I'm still trying out this time slot. Tuesdays at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. Anybody have any thoughts about that? Um, I'm flexible generally. Most of my busy time, I don't know about you guys, but my busy time tends to be more in the mornings. And actually, I've had a pretty busy day, which is nice. Yesterday was kind of dull, which actually was good because we were having some new flooring installed in our kitchen and dining room, getting that wrapped up. So it was kind of loud and not conducive to working, at least not this job. Anyway, so yeah, today has been good. It's what I do so far because you never know what's going to come in. I didn't know half of this stuff was coming in today. Two quick insurance company spots, an auto dealership spot, a grocery chain spot, and a travel agents or travel. What am I trying to say? A travel industry spot, and two sample reads for a software company that are coming up. So essentially, they've given me the work. It's just a matter of nailing down the read style. So I send them off a sample of what I think they're going for, and then before I carry on and record the whole thing, they send me their feedback and let me know what they think. So yeah, so far pretty good day. Anyway, um, speaking of speaking of reading a lot of copy, I was faced. Well, I'm constantly. Let me back up. I I am. I get a fair amount of. Hey guys, Matt and the Silencer. Thanks for joining me. I get a fair amount of um, auto dealership spots, and man, these guys. I, I don't know who they're writing for. I don't know if they put a whole lot of thought into it sometimes, but man, they just jam in so much copy. It seems like maximum words per it's like they're paid by the word. You know what I'm saying? I used to be in the construction industry. I was a plumbing contractor, and we'd be running our pipes up the walls and things like that. And sometimes the carpenters would come along with nail guns, putting up siding or sheathing, and it seemed like they were paid by the nail because they would always hit our pipes. It was like, come on, man. Are you paid by the nail? Why so many nails? Well, I feel like it's the same way with this copy. Jamming the words in. Here's the thing. More words are not necessarily better words, or does it make for more impactful copy? God, sometimes, I mean, I've some of my favorite commercials that I've read, and I've read a lot of great commercials. I've been lucky, because there are not there are far fewer commercials that I've read that are the writing is just kind of so-so than ones that are like, "Oh, this is good. I'm feeling this one." Sometimes, anyway, what I'm trying to say is it seems like the people who are writing copy did not really study the art of writing copy because, you know, I don't know about you guys, but when I hear one of those car commercials where that I maybe it's me on the radio, it sounds like an insect. It's like, God damn, get away from me. Anyway, it just kind of cracks me up. It just seems so old school. And I'm an old guy. So God, why? Why does it have why does it really work? I mean, it must be. Maybe I probably am not understanding the intricacies of copywriting because clearly it must be working if these ads are still bringing in business. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, I'll just take a deep breath and kind of chill here for a second. But I just had to get that off my chest. Come on, man. there are better ways to write there's gotta be a more inviting way to get people in through the front door than just barfing a bunch of words at them. All right. So anyway, well, I hope everybody's doing well today. Um, and I just wanted to say that. There's something else I wanted to talk about today, and that's for those of us in voiceover and other forms of acting. And it's it's about making money. It's about, it's about making scratch, man, paying those bills, covering that nut. God, we've all got rent or mortgage or health insurance. Oh my God, it's nuts. Um, oh, thanks, silencer. Appreciate that. Um, and also I've been talking loud, and also my door is open, so you're getting a little reflection bounce back from there too. It's usually a little more tame than this. My space, that is. Anyway, what I was gonna say is, yeah, making money. You know, as an actor in any field, screen, on camera, on stage, voice acting, it's it's not easy to make a living. I'm very fortunate. I've been able to do this for a decade plus as my full-time income. But, but even I look for, other sources of income, multiple income streams. And that's kind of what I wanted to briefly touch on today. I'm planning to make another video about this because I think it's important. I think a lot of people are being sold a bill of goods that getting into voiceover or any other kind of acting is going to be a walk in the park and you're going to get rich if you wait long enough. Probably not. I mean, yeah, it can happen. It does happen. Excuse me, but you know, um, when people talk about their day job and things like that, those are good things to have. What I get really nervous is when I'm talking to somebody who's excited about getting into voiceover that just lost their job, or they're going to quit their job and just go all in on voiceover or acting or something else without a safety net. Because I'll tell you what, well, here's the thing. Think about this. Think about even all the top people in acting. Well, maybe not on-screen acting because they're like making millions. But say in voiceover, some are making millions maybe, but they've got multiple streams of income. They're writing books. They're coaching other actors like I do. They have a podcast where they generate advertising revenue. They have a YouTube channel where hopefully, or the goal is to maybe make some bucks with some advertising revenue. Or, I know other actors that do other things too. They're driving for Uber or waiting tables, the classic actor waiting tables during the day and working on their craft at night, or vice versa. Um, that is to say, waiting tables at night and working on their acting during the day. I didn't mean that they were acting as their day job so that they could study waiting tables. That's not what I meant. What I mean to say is that it's common, and there is no shame in doing other jobs. Most of us do. I do. I'm always looking for, and I've done other types of, I have and will again make Christmas ornaments, Christmas tree ornaments. And I sold mine on, oh, what is it? Etsy. I had an Etsy shop, but then we moved states and things got in the way, and I just kind of let that go for the time being, but I'd like to get back to it one day. And it was fun, and it made a little money, so I guess the point I'm getting at here is, if you are having trouble making a living acting, voice or otherwise, that's common. That's what most of us are doing. There are so many actors that I see on so many different shows on Netflix or Prime or Hulu or whatever. You see familiar faces all the time. And And those are kind of, you know, blue collar actors to that's I mean, that's not really maybe the right terminology, but, they're workers. They are, they're auditioning all the time. They're picking up little parts here and there. Hopefully, the next thing leads to the next higher thing and the bigger part and, hopefully, stardom and big dollar security someday. But, there's no guarantee. So, there's no shame in working multiple jobs, even if you're doing it from home like me. You know, I'm doing multiple things from home. As a matter of fact, I was offered an acting job for the state police the state police department here out of Salem, Oregon. They were doing training for their officers. I put in an application, but then I got busy and it just didn't work out. So I was almost going to take a job helping to train police officers there for a while outside of the home. Also, it was tough because it didn't pay much. It's not to say that they were cheap, but sometimes when you start to value your time and expertise to a certain amount, it's sometimes it's hard to take, you have expectations and, anyway, enough about that. I've got a couple, comments here. Is Etsy legit? I thought it was a scamming website. Well, when I was doing it, this is going back probably 5 years. It's gotten worse from what I understand now. I probably if it was me, I mean, they take a big chunk and it's easy. I haven't been keeping up on it that much, but I wouldn't go about it the same way. I would simply open up a web store and maybe sell on Amazon. I don't know. I'd check things out, but I've bought things on Etsy before, and as I said, I've sold things in it, and it was cool. It was fun. Matt, you have to diversify. Yes. By stretching my limits a little and learning something new, I've moved into new careers that I never expected. Me too. Same here. I mean, one day I'll make a as short a video as I can about what my background is. But early days, yeah, acting, music, playing in rock bands, on stage, performing, got burned out, got into construction, plumbing, had my own business. I was a plumbing contractor. Then you may have heard me say this before, but it was during a lunch break on a construction site. I was talking to one of the carpenters and he was telling me about this thing he did on the side called Voiceover. What? I mean, I've loved Voiceover my entire life, but I didn't know that you could do it for a living. So that blew my mind. And he told me of a coaching training kind of a facility relatively close by. So I called him up right away, booked my first class, and man, I was hooked. Fire in the belly. I knew this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I was a good contractor, good business. There was no shortage of business. I was a one-man operation, just like I am now, and it was good. But I'm not sure it was ever really me. You know, great career, good money, but was it me? This is me. Um, in any case, yeah, you're right, Matt. Who knew? Had I not had that fortuitous lunch with that carpenter telling me that he did some voiceover on the side, would I go there and just have an awakening? Unfortunately, that teacher may not have been the best person to learn from, but I was hooked. So you never know. Um, anyway, that's kind of all I wanted to touch on today. I wanted to talk about good copy versus not good copy, perhaps, um, and multiple streams of income, uh, especially these days. Acting it's weird, man. You've probably heard me talk about this before. just like life, your income is a roller coaster. And it is so different from, your regular paycheck where you can count on every paycheck being about the same, in and out. Maybe you're getting some paid vacation time and sick leave and um, healthcare. None of that now. Luckily, I get healthcare insurance through my wife, whose healthcare plan is pretty darn good. Um, and it saves me a lot of money. So, yeah, so it's not easy. We all have to work this thing out. We have to work out where we fit into these multiple streams of income. What works for us? What can we fit in? What doesn't make us feel like we're selling our souls for a paycheck sometimes? And so I don't know. I just want to encourage you to do what you need to do what you want to do. Do what you need to do what you want to do. Hey, that's pretty good. I'll make t-shirts. Hey, you guys, thanks for joining me. There were 4, and now there are 3. I got 1 thumbs up. I appreciate that. And I'll catch you next time. I don't know that I'm going to be here next week, Tuesday at 1:30, because I am going to see some family in Fresno, California, the Big Valley. And so I'm going to be returning that day on Tuesday. So you may not see me. You may not see many videos from me over the coming days. I'm going to try to get a couple more in the can before I take off. But again, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. And feel free to leave comments and likes and subscribe and, all that stuff that I rattle on about sometimes. All right. Thanks again, guys.